Hi guys, Shane here, Flight Simmer. Welcome to another test drive video. This is where we take a scenery, an airport, an aircraft, a utility, and we'll take it for a spin around the blocks and I will give you my first impression. So today we are starting off in Auburn Airport in Seattle, Washington. We are checking out the 4 airports from the Seattle X Airports range and also the Seattle regional range from the team at Dr. Drzewiecki Designs. Now, I will say this straight off the bat, I actually picked up these sceneries and these airports to use in a flight sim world. I thought it would be a really cool way to actually showcase off what that sim can do. So I was quite excited when I saw that this was out and compatible with Flight Sim World. On installing and getting it to work, it pretty much just kept crashing the sim over and over, so I did give up. I was very disappointed, and I thought, well, the guys have actually made this across different platforms and it is available in prepared as well. So behold them not, I installed it and loaded up and prepared, and I was absolutely gobsmacked. The scenery is ridiculously detailed and awesome. So normally I tell you towards the end of the video what my first impressions or thoughts were, but this time around I'll actually give you my impressions at the start, and I'll tell you what questions I've been asking during the week by you guys. Is it frame rate friendly? And I will say yes, it is. Would have to be one of the best sceneries I've picked up all year round. So within saying that, we better jump into the cockpit. We'll get the A2A 172 started. I'll show you the map of today's trip, and I'm going to show you around Seattle. So like I said before, we're starting today's flight in Auburn Airport. So we're going to start it here. We're going to start at one end and fly to the other. Unfortunately, KSA is not in this scenery yet. They will be doing the upgrade, including the international airport there. There will be a fee, but at the moment it's just got the 4 airports. We'll be flying up to Renton and then also over to Boeing Field, officially King Country International Airport. We'll fly over the capital city, or I shouldn't say capital city, I should say city of Seattle, and then all the way up to Paine. So if you're a Boeing fan, you're in for an absolute treat. So I will just remind you though, yes, we're going to these airports, but the whole cityscape, because I've picked up the 2 packages, CX as well, the whole scenery is all modelled as part of the City X scenery. So we've been saying that, I think we'll show you around Auburn while we get the 172 all warmed up. So let's take a look. So I'm hoping that gives you a bit of a snippet or a tease of Auburn Airport as we taxi out the 172 is warmed up. As you can see, frames are really good. It actually performs quite well. In real life, 450 aircraft actually operate here a day. About just under 300 of those are actually single aircraft. So you'll see a lot of static aircraft scattered around. Also, it's featured a lot of hangars. It must be some sort of place where there's a depot for goods coming in and out, because at the top end there seems to be a distribution center for a lot of trucks, which is really cool, and all the trailers are being modeled. On the outskirts, you'll see some railroads, and they've actually done some static Boeing fuselages on the trailers on the railroad there, which is a nice touch. So we're going to go up the top here, turn around, we're going to take off, and we're going to head to the next airport. So enjoy the takeoff. So within a very short flight, matter of actually minutes, we are on approach into Renton. So Renton actually borders onto Washington 500. So it can be used for seaplane access as well as what we are approaching today. It is very close or adjacent to the Boeing facilities where they actually do the 737 NG and the actual Max. So you see a lot of static aircraft for the Boeing stuff. Actually, in that particular factory, they actually built the B-29s years and years ago. So this would have to be one of my favorite airports of the scenery. So I'll be quiet now as we touch down, and then I'll show you around a little bit of Renton. So that was the home of the NGX. So, but we have little time today. We must be off, so we're going to take off on the same runway as we did, and we're going to hop off to Boeing Field, which is King Country International Airport. So let's get going. The weather's moved in a little bit, so it's a little cloudy, so hopefully we'll get some views. We should start seeing Seattle coming in the background as well. Welcome to a Boeing Field, named after William E. Boeing, the founder. So this airport's about 5 nautical miles away from the city centre. Actually, I really love the approach with the highway, 500. The hills, and all the roads and that sort of cool stuff. So this airport is where all the aircraft go to be prepped to be on-sold to the actual customer. So they've already done their test flights. They're just prepping it, making them look pretty schmick, and then they go out to the airliners and such. So you'll see a lot of different Boeing aircraft around. So we've been saying that, enjoy somewhat a bad landing, I would say. Very short stay at Boeing Field, but we must be on our way, thinking the length of the video. We've got one more stop to go, which is Paine Airport, and we're going to do a bit of a flyby past Seattle City itself, so you can see some of the scenery that the guys have done. So let's take a look and take off. Well, we're in approach to our final destination for the flight, so hopefully you enjoyed the cityscape as we skim by. We are arriving, or actually the approach is into Paine International Airport, and the really cool thing is that Paine has a big Boeing factory. Actually, it's the biggest building, I think,
500
in the world. So it's where they actually make all the larger Boeing aircraft like the 747 and stuff, which is really cool. I think employs about 30,000 people, so bit of a city in itself. But I'm really high at the moment, so it'll be an interesting landing. So enjoy, and then I'll show you around Paine, and then I'll come back to you with my final thoughts of the airport and city scenery package. So that was another snippet of Paine Airport. I really skimmed the surface of all these airports. I will leave it up to you to go and take a look. I picked up both packages, 22 and 25 euro, and Seattle area is such a great hub for many flights. It was really interesting to follow the Boeing production line story, so to speak. I will say this, I have actually tested out in the NGX and it has been frame rate friendly, so but that said, they are putting the Seattle International Airport in here too, which is going to be a paid upgrade, so it will be interesting to see what the frame rates will be there. But at the moment it is very friendly and it is awesome to fly around. So if you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up button, that would be much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe, and thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Cheers, have a good day.